It's been a long trip to Germany to see and drive the Vision EQXX, and I will tell you, it is the most anticipated drive of the year for me. This is probably the most efficient car I have ever seen, and is definitely the most efficient car that Mercedes have ever produced. This vehicle is all electric. It will do approximately 747 miles on a single charge of electricity, and it's pretty amazing.
The plan was to have zero impact on the planet. The result was the Mercedes Vision EQXX. Mercedes-Benz gave me unprecedented access to the car at their high-security testing facility 90 minutes from Stuttgart, Germany.
Mercedes started off with the idea of creating a vehicle that would do over 1,000 kilometers on a single charge. They started 18 months before it was first revealed at CES with a blank sheet of paper and had to create a vehicle that would do that. And the first time it hit the road on April 5th, 2022, they drove it from the Stuttgart area all the way to Cassis, and they did it in the first time on public roads ever with 1,008 kilometers in trial number 1. They repeated it and got better numbers the second time that they did it, and that's pretty good for the first tests ever. Enough of me talking. Let's get on the inside with one of the team members who made this new vehicle possible.
Because we're not all familiar with kilometers, the transition of 1,008 kilometers into miles is 623.3 miles. I saddled up with Dr. Julian Pilus, one of the lead engineers on the project. From the first second, I could tell he was not like any other engineer. He was a race car driver at heart. So how did it feel the first time out, taking that car across the finish line and meeting the goal?
Oh, that was an incredible feeling. So I was the one who was driving the car for the last stint. We were 3 drivers for the 1,000 kilometers, so we changed drivers 2 times down the road, and I was driving the car from Italy to France. And yes, beforehand I was asking myself on how that feeling is going to be. And it was quite tense in the beginning driving the car down there, but then again I'm really used to the car, professional driver as well, and then really driving the car there together with the team, that's something which was really important for me. That was amazing, because I knew that my team members and all the guys from the project are watching even remotely on the data. Everybody's watching the data, and having some of the team around me in Cassis as well, it was just an amazing moment for all of us, I think.
In the second test, the car did even better with miles to spare, giving the team a final estimate of 747 miles on a single charge. This is Mercedes' moon landing. They completely rethought the electric car. Every single element reconsidered. Chip materials were replaced with more energy-efficient substances. Aluminum replaced the steel, and even a rear diffuser extends from below the car over 31 miles an hour to maximize fuel efficiency. The result? This is the most aerodynamic vehicle ever.
Design-wise, I get the feeling of this 1930s aero car, and it should have that feeling because they were built for speed and aerodynamics, and when you build a car for aerodynamics, you get that specific shape. This was definitely built for aerodynamics. Everything on it is built for aerodynamics, and they got such a really low coefficient of drag through some clever design. The actual rear axle is quite a bit narrower than the front axle, and that's helped them get a low coefficient of drag rather than covering the rear wheels. If you look at the wheels themselves, they are actually almost completely solid. It's not just about construction, it's about materials, and it's about everything on the inside that makes this vehicle so lightweight and efficient.
A-pillar to A-pillar, this already famous Mercedes infotainment screen stretches the entire dash. Mushrooms have been used to simulate leather material inside the same way that Adidas used them to make shoes. Materials like fishing nets for carpets and even cactus was employed in the interior construction for a completely ecological, recyclable environment that looks, feels, smells and possibly tastes of nature.
Are you sad that this is a one-off vehicle? Because I am. I mean, I kind of would like to see these on lots of dealerships.
Yeah, me personally, I'm in love with the car from the first moment I drove it on a proving ground. I would, love to have one myself, but yes, as I said, it's a one-off. It's a foundation for our serial production development, like for development for production cars. So we assess technologies with this car and then look at what technologies can we take out for our serial production cars.
There's a chance that Mercedes will put the EQXX into production, but the voices of those that see this story will need to be heard. If enough of us ask for this car to be made, Mercedes may make it. Not only does the Vision EQXX have 200 miles plus more range than any electric car on sale today, but it also has twice the efficiency in its power usage. It uses solar as well as chargers. This is just the beginning of all the achievements. And what Julian and his team have done with the EQXX can be equated to what the wireless charging did for electrical devices.
I'm Nick Miles.